Hey everybody, welcome back to the Hobby Lodge. It's Friday and it is time for another homebrew review on the Commodore 64. And this one is pretty special because it is a significant sized game for the Commodore 64, a bit of an epic journey. And therefore I'm going to be upfront that this review is quite difficult because this game is so big. I've only played a few hours of it, and I'm going to have to just tell you my experience of the few hours I've spent with it. If I waited till I maybe finished this game, this review might be quite a way down the line. So I think there's going to be a follow-up to this video, I think, in some time, once I've seen through the entire adventure of this game. But anyway, what am I talking about? Well, I am talking about, let's see if I can get the name right, Lykia. This is it right here. So I believe people know about this game in the community. Lots of people have already played it, but I, like I do always, want to wait for that physical version to come out. So you know, this is a Pulsar game, but it is published by Psytronik, of course, the amazing people over there that I think do such a wonderful job with the homebrews. Yeah, as soon as this came out for availability to pre-order, I pre-ordered it and it arrived as of the recording of it like a couple of days ago. So yeah, I wanted to get this up and out so I could show people the game. Now what I'll be doing as I'm chatting away here is hopefully showing you some footage, and again, this is super early in the game, so you're not going to see what potentially is down the line. I'm sure there's lots of clips and that out there, but really early in the game I'll just show you some bits. But you know, what's this game like? It essentially, it just oozes those 8-bit top-down RPGs of their day. You know, what you would have played on, probably not so much on the Commodore, but certainly on the NES and the Master System and those sorts of systems. So to have one of these on the Commodore 64 is super exciting, and I, from what I've done so far, it's super charming. The graphics are great. The sound, of course, is always great on the Commodore. The music is fantastic, and it seems to be playing absolutely fine. So ultimately, you are taking on the character of Nora, and it is her 16th birthday when you load into the game. So everyone's wishing you happy birthday. You pick up some gifts. By the way, I'm not going to put any spoilers in this. I'm going to talk about it at a very high level. You pick up some gifts from your family, and then you go off and run some errands. You know, you want to go and explore. Well, you're not exploring, this is where you live. You know everybody, and everyone's very happy to see you. Although there seems to be a strange mood going on. People are a bit moody, I found. Lots of people that talk to you because they're not in the right mood right now. But you're going to find some fruit for your mother, which is always nice, you know, being a good daughter, running off to do that. But then something happens, you know, a strange occurrence in the town, and you are left trying to find out what has happened. It would feel like magic has been released and there's all sorts of things going on, and you feel yourself that you've changed a little bit, but you're trying to unravel the mystery that has now befallen your town and potentially the wider world. It has that feel, that, you know, very yeah, of course I'm going to think of games like Zelda and stuff like that, right? But yeah, it has that, and just plays brilliantly. It does come on 4 discs, or 2 discs but 4 sides, so you know, there is a bit, not actually, no, I'm not going to say it's disc swapping because I haven't done any disc swapping yet. Most of what I've been playing is on side 2 of disc 1. But yeah, as you can see, you know, lovely as always, just great artwork, great look and feel. The other disc is in the system still, but yeah, you know the score. This stuff is always high quality. I did wonder if there was a cartridge version of the game. I haven't seen one as of yet. I guess that doesn't mean there won't be in the future, but the reason why I say that, and I love the discs, you know that if I have a choice, this is what I pick it up on, because this is what I had when I was a kid, was the disc system. But there is a lot of loading in between screens, and whilst it's super fast, like you're waiting maybe a couple of seconds for each sort of screen to load in, I do feel like probably with a cartridge you might feel like it's a smoother, faster game, but it's a very minor sort of thing for me. I have no problems whatsoever. When you save and exit, you flip back to the first disc disc, first side of the first disc, and I'm sure the rest of the adventure, as you start to explore the other areas that you're going to come across, they're on the other discs. Much like games like Sam's Journey, you're not constantly flipping unless you're loading that specific area. So you know, I found it no problem at all. But controls wise, plays with the joystick. Your fire button is like your action button, and then there's a few keys to manage things like your inventory, the help system, which is really cool. This game has a help system. There is an individual you can call upon, and he will appear and try and give you a tip as to what you might need to do next, which I think is fantastic in this kind of game, because sometimes you just get a bit lost. You don't know where you're going and what you're doing. So to be able to sort of press the F1 key, have a character say, hey, you know, you should try finding X, and potentially it's over there. Then it gives you a bit of a, you know, a bit of a helping hand when you need it, when you get stuck, so you don't become super frustrated and maybe give up on the game, which I know happens all the times with big RPGs, right? They can be too complex or too deep for you to kind of feel like you're part of it and playing it, and you sort of get pulled out of it a little bit because you get stuck on finding a, I don't know, the right size twig to pick that lock. I don't know what it might be, but yeah, I liked having the help system in there. I like the graphics, I like the sound, as I said, navigating the world. I've met loads of little characters so far, and nice because there's things that you see and do that you know are going to come into play later. So again, you might find that locked door or that secret entrance that you can't quite get to yet because you know you're missing that key, or you're missing the torch, or you're missing the whatever item you might be needing. So you're gonna have to go off and investigate. But yeah, really enjoying it so far. I say I've only played a few hours of it. One tip I will give people, because I got stuck on this, is I was thinking, oh, I just need to go to sleep at night. There is a night-day cycle you can use. Go to sleep to save my game, because when you press the run stop key, you'll get the options to continue, obviously, quit or load, and you think to yourself, oh, there's no save option. And I tried moving around a bit and I couldn't find so, and the instructions aren't super clear unless you fully read every character about how you save in the game. So I did actually lose a load of progress once, and I had to replay the game. But there is a character in the game. His name is Gomez. He's down the bottom here, and you need to find him to save your game. And you can go back to him as many times as you like to save. But yeah, get a little bit of progress in the game first. When you go and see Gomez, he will say to you, oh, by the way, I can now offer you the ability to save. It's kind of talking to you, the player, not the character. It's really funny because the help system also says, oh, you need to press the F1 key, and Nora kind of goes, I don't know what you mean, what's the F1 key? It's a nice little breaking of the fourth wall there, trying to talk to the player, so I thought that was quite funny. But yeah, you know, in the manual, loads of little helpful things like little maps of the areas you're going to be using. It doesn't cover everything, so a lot of it is down to your own sort of discovery, but certainly the towns it gives you, and then it also gives you names of locations, so you're able to find those a little bit easier. But I've already been places that aren't referenced in the book, so who knows how big and wide the game is. But there is also, you know, a bigger map as well, so you can see here, this is the entire world, and I've only been so far to trying to find where it is. Anyway, it's on here. I think the map's so big I can't actually find where I've been, but big, let's put it that way. It's a big map. So yeah, it gives you a little rundown of the people as well. So in the sort of starting area, the people you're going to meet, a little bit about them and what they're there for. There is some other, there's all the items you might be using in your inventory, so you know what they do. So you've got you know, the classic kind of flute and the navigation tool. The navigation tool, again, it tells you in the book that that's one of your birthday presents you get on in the beginning, at the very beginning of the level. So equip it as soon as you can. And the nice thing about the navigation tool is when you enter a screen, it will show you all the available exits, so that you don't just walk into a field and then go to the top of the screen and find out you can't go out that way, or go to the right and find you can't go. Every time you enter a screen, a little flashing arrow will appear in the exit. So if there's only two arrows will appear. If there's four, you'll see all four arrows around the screen. It just makes helping navigation a bit quicker, so you're not guessworking about where you can go. But yeah, I don't know what else I can really say at this point. Hopefully, you know, you're seeing bits on the screen. You're kind of seeing the kind of game it is. I'll show you again on the back here. if you can see any screens, but go and check out the website if you want to see more about the game. You know, it's well worth going to look at. And also, I forgot to mention this right at the beginning, it's free if you just want a digital download. So go and get a digital download, run it on Vice, run it on your Maxi or your Mini, and have a play with it. It's completely free. I would urge you then, if you enjoy it, to go and buy it in some format. You can even buy it as a USB tape. And the reason why I say that is because I desperately want to keep supporting this sort of stuff happening, right? The homebrew scene for me is super important, and I want to keep supporting it as much as I can. So if you are able to, vote with your wallet and go and buy a copy. It's won loads of awards already. You know, we've got on here Zap64 gave it 93%, RGN Retro Gamer Nation 90%, C64 Game of the Year by Bitchick 64K, and Retro Sizzler Gamer gave it a score of 91%, so very highly scored. I would also say fantastic. You know, man, I wish these games existed when I was young, because yeah, this would have kept you busy. When you couldn't own many games as a kid, this game would have been one to keep the hour, or to while away those many hours that we had. So look, I think probably what this game deserves is a follow-up. Maybe in a month's time, maybe in a bit further down the line, or whenever I get the chance to finish it, I'll sort of come back and give you my full experience. But hopefully now, this is just a quick review of 10 minutes or so, just to tell you that this game is now out physically. So if you want it, get over to Psytronik and give it a purchase, or go to itch.io, or search for the game and just download and play for free. But if you can, support it, because we want to see more of this sort of stuff. This is brilliant. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like, hit the subscribe, all that stuff, and I will see you soon. All right, bye bye.